Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Teresa Daly, and I'm a senior counselor here at the Office of Student Financial Services at Hofstra University. And today I'm going to be going over funding your education. So let's begin. Some of the topics include financial aid sources, loan options, payment options, and tips and resources. So what is financial aid? Financial aid is comprised of three different categories, which are federal work study, gift aid, and loans. In order to qualify for federal work study, you would need to present financial need. This is from filing the FAFSA application. Most of the jobs are worked on campus and around the student's class schedule. Students will be able to earn these wages. Funds are not applied directly to a student's billing account. They would be given to the student in the form of a paycheck. Students would be able to apply for part-time jobs or undergraduate assistantships that are available on campus. Students will earn valuable networking opportunities, as well as earning more than just a degree. They're able to build their resume and meet other students and faculty members on campus. Next, we have gift aid, which is also known as scholarships or grants. This is aid that does not require any type of repayment. For scholarships, these can be offered through the institution, like merit-based aid. Most merit-based scholarships are offered to students through their admissions application. Students also have the ability to apply for outside scholarships through various different resources in their community, high schools, as well as outside scholarship websites that can be applied to their tuition as well. Grants can also be awarded at the institutional level, and there are also some federal and state grants that are available to students. The two federal grants available are the federal Pell Grant and the federal SEOG grant. In order to qualify, students would need to file the FAFSA for that academic year and demonstrate high need in order to qualify. If you are a New York State resident, you will be able to file the New York State TAP application to see if you qualify for state aid. Please note the FAFSA would need to be on file before you're able to apply for the New York State TAP application. Lastly, there are loans. Loans can be offered in the form of federal education loans, alternative or private loans, as well as home equity loans. The first type of loan would be the federal Stafford loan. These are loans that are offered by filing the FAFSA in the student's name. There are two different loans that you may qualify for. The first is the subsidized loan. This will not accrue any interest while the student is enrolled at least half time, which is 6 credits per semester. The unsubsidized loan is another type of loan. This accrues interest while the student is enrolled at least half time. Both loans have a current interest rate of 4.99%. These rates are based off of the 2022-2023 academic year. New loan rates usually will be available of July of 2023. There is an origination fee deducted from the loan that is disbursed of 1.57%. The annual borrowing limit for a first-year dependent undergraduate student is $5,500 gross. No more of $3,500 of which can be subsidized. For both of these loans, there is a 6-month grace period after continuous enrollment ends before any type of repayment begins. You are able to start repayment of these loans to your loan lender while you're in school. However, it is not required. Another federal loan is the Federal Parent Plus loan. The FAFSA would need to be on file if you are interested in this federal loan option. For this loan, the eligible parent borrowers are either the biological parent, adoptive parent, or an adoptive step-parent. The annual limit is the full cost of attendance minus any other aid received, which includes federal student loans. There is no aggregate limit. Repayment can begin 60 days after the final disbursement. However, deferment options are available while the student is enrolled at least half time. The current interest rate is fixed at 7.54%. Please note that there is an origination fee deducted from every loan amount borrowed. For example, if you're looking to borrow $20,000 for an academic year, you might want to borrow $21,500 to cover that origination fee. This loan does require an application. The loan application and agreement can be found on studentaid.gov, and the parent borrower would log in with their FSA ID. Please note that this is a loan in the parent's name and not in the student's name. You would be borrowing it on behalf of the student. If a parent is experiencing any credit issues, an endorser or cosigner may be used for the PLUS loan that is denied. The endorser can complete the endorser addendum at studentaid.gov, and if approved with an endorser, a PLUS credit counseling and PLUS master promissory note will also be needed. You're able to call the number on the screen for more information regarding the criteria used for the credit check, as well as step-by-step assistance when using an endorser. There are also private or alternative loan options. The annual limit is the full cost of attendance minus any other aid received, including federal student and federal parent loans. Private and alternative loan interest rates are not set by the federal government. Some lenders may require payment of the interest while the student is enrolled in school. A creditworthy cosigner is usually required. Cosigners do not have to be a parent, but are usually required to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. Students would typically need to be at least 18 years or older in order to apply. You're able to apply directly with the lender or with a bank for a home equity loan. For different resources for private loan lenders, you can go to the address on the screen, finaid.org, for more information. Payment. For billing due dates, bills are due twice a year. For the fall semester, they're due the first week of August every year, and for the spring semester, they're due the first week in January every year. We do have different payment options that are available. You are able to pay online through a personal check or credit card. Please note, credit cards are accepted with a non-refundable service fee of 2.85%, as we do use a third-party processor called PayPath. You are able to mail in a personal check. If you are mailing in a check, they would be made out to Hofstra University and include the student ID number somewhere on the check. You may also make a payment in person, either dropping off a check, money order, or making a cash payment. Please note, if you are making a cash payment, you would need to email our bursar's office for an appointment at bursar@hofstra.edu. We also have a monthly payment plan available, which is a term plan, which can either be auto debit or non-auto debit. For our monthly payment plans, these are offered for both semesters. This would be 5 equal payments per semester. There is typically a one-time discounted fee due upon the enrollment for the fall term and the spring term. The student or authorized user must enroll online each term, either in a non-auto debit option or an auto debit option. If you're enrolling in a non-auto debit option, you would be manually making the payment on the due date each month. Auto debit would automatically come out of the payment option of your choice. To enroll for the fall plan, you would need to do so for these fall payment plan dates, which are June 25th through October 25th. You would then need to re-enroll for the spring plan, which would be November 25th through March 25th. Some things to remember. June through August is when students should be accepting or declining any financial aid on their student portal. If they are utilizing any federal student loans, they would need to complete their entrance counseling and master promissory note. Parents would need to complete their Parent Plus loan application and master promissory note, or any private loan applications at this time. You may need to submit proof of additional documentation for unsatisfied requirements, such as proof of citizenship, registration with the Selective Service, or a verification of income. We recommend that all students complete their Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA authorization. This will allow us to discuss account-specific information with whoever you approve. As once you are a registered student, we are unable to discuss account specifics unless that individual is authorized. We also recommend students have authorized e-bill users, so that way they have their own access into the payment plan, will get monthly billing statements, and can submit tuition-related contracts. Also, June through August, you'll begin to finalize your payment arrangements. The fall bill was typically due August 2nd. You want to make sure you're enrolled in a payment plan if you would like to utilize the plan. If you are requesting any 529 payments, please note these take about 2 weeks for processing. You do have the option to subscribe to the Doer Tuition Refund Plan, which is $188 per semester. For more information regarding this plan, you can go to hofstra.edu/tuition insurance. You'll be able to register for classes at new student orientation. Pre-bills will be available on the Student Center mid-June. Updated e-bills will be sent 1 to 2 weeks after registering for classes. You would need to submit proof of final high school transcripts to the Office of Admissions, as well as any AP scores or college credit. And make sure you prepare your resume to apply for student employment. So to go over again how families fill the gap, you can use the Parent Plus loan with their fixed interest rates and an option to defer, alternative loans with variable rates, Students' Federal Student Loans, the monthly payment plan, and home equity loans. I have linked some helpful resources for financial aid here. Hofstra.edu/SFS has all of our presentations as well as helpful resources. For federal aid, you can go to studentaid.gov. For any New York State residents, you can research New York State aid at hesc.ny.gov. And for any general information, you can look at finaid.org. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and have a great day.